Hi everyone, my name is Gabby Rigney and I was a postdoctoral research fellow on the Better Nights, Better Days studies in Canada a couple of years ago. I've since returned to Australia, but I know that there in Canada, summer is just wrapping up and that means back to school time for the kids. So today I just want to speak to you a little bit about the importance of sleep, what happens when children don't get enough sleep, and give you some tips as to how you can get your child's back to school sleep routine on track. Just a fun fact for you all is that we spend about 36% of our lives asleep. So if we were to live to the age of 90, then we would have spent 32 years entirely asleep. Those 32 years tell me that sleep is very important for our day-to-day functioning. I've put on the screen here the National Sleep Foundation sleep guidelines and sleep recommendations, and I've highlighted the age groups for school-age children and teenagers. So for school-age children aged 6 to 13 years, they should be sleeping for about 9 to 11 hours each night. And for teenagers, a little bit less at 8 to 10 hours each night. But many of you will have an understanding based on your child's own individual behaviour to know how much sleep they need to be able to perform at their best. So might be in that range, but yeah, do go with what you know as well. What happens when children don't get enough sleep? Well, there have been a number of studies that have been conducted with school-age children in order to try and further understand the negative consequences of not getting enough sleep. And these studies might include where researchers have conducted experiments in a laboratory and restricted children's sleep to certain amounts to see how they then perform on certain tasks, as well as studies in your home environment where parents and teachers and children may then be answering questions on how much sleep they got and then how they're feeling the next day and how well they performed on certain things. So a number of studies help us to have this understanding of what goes on if children aren't getting enough sleep. So from these studies, we know that not getting enough sleep has a really big impact on children's ability to be able to pay attention and remember new information. And that consequently has an impact on their grades. So we know that children who get less sleep are also more likely to have lower grades. Both parents and teachers have also reported that there is a relationship between sleep and emotional and behavioural problems that they see in their children. And we know that children with less sleep are more likely to have lower self-esteem. So not getting enough sleep really has a huge impact on both the mental and physical well-being of our children. I'm just going to give you some back to school sleep tips here now. We recommend that you try to gradually adjust sleep and wake schedules about 10 days to 2 weeks before the start of school. It's very easy over summer to change those sleep schedules, and that can be quite difficult when it means day one rolls around going back to school and they've got to wake up a bit earlier than what they have been over the last few months. Obviously, you guys are back at school now, but something to think about for next summer or next time that the kids have a bit of a break. Do try and slowly adjust those sleep-wake schedules back to the times that you need to be going to school if you can. We recommend that you keep a really regular bedtime as much as you can, even on weekends. So it can be tempting, particularly as children get older, to have them stay up a little bit later. But as with all of us, a more regular bedtime and wake time is most important. We also recommend having a relaxing bedtime routine. This allows children to be aware of when it is time to start winding down and prepare for sleep. And again, if you're doing that routine each night, they're going to associate the things that you do in that routine with bedtime and getting ready to go to sleep. So that's really important as well. If possible, it would be good to have a sleep environment that is cool, quiet, and comfortable for your child. And we really do recommend keeping electronic devices out of the bedroom. I know that can be particularly challenging and somewhat easier said than done, but if you can lead by example as well by not having electronic devices in your room, that might set a good example. And we do recommend limiting caffeine and also eating healthy and exercise, as each of those factors will improve your child's sleep behaviour. I just want to finish this video by briefly mentioning the Better Nights, Better Days for Children with Neurodevelopmental Disorders intervention. This was the project that I worked on the most during my time in Canada, so it's really exciting to see it up and running and hopefully helping families across Canada. So what is it? It's an online 5-session intervention for sleep problems in children with neurodevelopmental disorders. And the program is specifically designed for parents of children aged 4 to 10 years with a diagnosis of either autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, and cerebral palsy. We are currently running a randomized controlled trial in order to evaluate the effectiveness of the intervention. So we're looking for around 320 parents of children aged 4 to 10 with one of those 4 diagnoses. You'll have access to the program for 8 months, and during that time, we will ask you to complete some assessments. In order to find out more information about the study or to find out if you're eligible or someone else you know might be eligible to participate, we recommend going to the website that's on the screen here, and you can see it's got the eligibility criteria on the side, and that will all have all the information that you need on that website. For whatever reason, if that doesn't and you've got further questions, here's some additional contact information. So you obviously have found the Facebook page, but as well you can see an email address if you had any questions at all. Just wanted to thank you for listening today and thank you for your continued support in Better Nights, Better Days. And a big good luck with that back to school transition and embracing for the cold weather again soon. Thanks so much.